We've been given two triangles that are shown to be the same, and it says that triangle ABC is congruent to angle DEF, and therefore they've got three different angles here that match up with three different angles here, and you've got three different sides here that match up with sides here. We're going to try to identify all of those different sides and angles. I've set this up to look like this to show the sides and the angles. It's probably in this case easiest to identify the angles first, since those are what we have our markings with. So let's do that. I'm going to look at the first triangle here, and angle C has just one arc going across it, and that matches up with angle F. So one of the angle congruence statements that I could write is that angle C and angle F are congruent. Let's look at another one. In that first triangle we have two arcs here with B and two arcs here with E. So angle B must be congruent to angle E. And then the last one, 3 marks on A and 3 marks on D. So angle A is congruent to angle D. Okay, so that's all of our angles that are congruent, our three pairs of angles. Those angles help us to identify the sides as well. So if I look in the first triangle, going from the vertex that has just one arc to the vertex with two arcs, I'm going to call that a line segment CB. And so I'm trying to find its matching corresponding part in the second one. Well, here I'm going from one arc to two arcs here. That is FE, so we'll mark it that way. Line segment CB from the first triangle is congruent with line segment FE in the second triangle. Let's do the same thing going from the angle with 2 marks to the angle with 3 marks. And we'll do that in here. That's BA. And if I go from 2 marks to 3 marks, that's this guy here, that is ED. So line segment BA in the first triangle is congruent to the line segment ED in the second triangle. Now, I wrote them, instead of calling this AB, I wrote it as BA, because in my mind I was thinking of it logically going from the angle 2 marks to 3 marks. But it would be fine to switch those around and call it AB. If you do that, you don't have to switch this around and call it DE, but you could. That's kind of a preference, but remember, line segment BA is the same as line segment AB. All right, the last one then that we haven't done yet is this line segment here, going from 3 tick marks down to 1. It matches this one, 3 tick marks down to 1. So I'd call this AC in the first triangle is congruent to DF in the second triangle. There we have all the different congruent corresponding parts, 3 sides, 3 pairs of angles in those 2 triangles that are congruent.